Dean. Can I call you Dean?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Dean is not your real name, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. Where are you from? The country, not the city.
I'm from the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom. Okay. So, do you want to explain my viewers where I found you, or where my people found you?
Yes, it was found me through my Tumblr blog, Attracted Person, or MAP. So I am a person attracted to children.
You are attracted to children. What does that mean?
I'm specifically sexually and romantically attracted to children, specifically boys from the ages of sort of 2 up to about 13. And, I didn't choose it, I didn't want it, I don't want it, but there's nothing I can do to change it. All I can do is choose to live with it, and I've chosen, because I know how harmful it can be to act on it, I've chosen never to do so. So I'm all non-offending and anti-contact MAP, which means we're completely against all forms of sexual, romantic, or otherwise inappropriate contact with children. We're against the viewing or production of indecent images of children. So we'd never look at those or view those. And there are thousands of us online around and about. We have our own website called Verpage, where there's now, I believe at the last count, over 2,000 of us. And all of us are completely against all forms of child abuse.
Okay, now I feel uncomfortable. Sorry. So, okay, when you say you are attracted to kids of the age 2, 13, you said?
Yeah, about between 2 and 13.
Okay, you gotta explain me this. So, if you see a child that you like, and he or she is 4, what do you find attractive in a child?
It's a lot of things. It's stuff like it's both physical and emotional. So it's the personality side of it, which I feel is a lot more important to me than the physical attraction side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stuff like small size. I won't go into too much detail because it's going to make some people very uncomfortable, but small size, general sort of cuteness, I suppose you could describe it as. It's kind of the lack of those adult features is what. I mean, for me, I'm most attracted to sort of boys between 6 and 12, and for me, in that age, it is everything about them is attractive to me.
Mm-hmm. Are you attracted to older people?
No, I like certain features and traits just like anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
It works effectively the same way as anyone else is attracted to anyone. I particularly like certain hair colours, eye colours, slim, or some people like slightly chubbier kids. I mean, everyone's got their own preferences, and just like anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a relation with someone? Do you have a relationship with an older person? Obviously, are you in a relationship at the moment?
No, I'm not. I'm what we call exclusive. So I'm only attracted to children. There are other MAPs that are attracted to adults as well, and some of them can have perfectly healthy relationships with people their own age and adults. Even some exclusive pedophiles can make those relationships with adults their own age work just fine, and there are many people that are married, have kids of their own,
mm-hmm.
And live perfectly normal, happy lives.
How are you gonna imagine your future? I mean, you don't have a relationship right now, right?
No, I don't.
So what do you think is gonna happen in 5-10 years?
I really don't know. I would certainly like to have a relationship of some sort in the future,
mm-hmm.
but I'm just not sure whether I ever will. I suppose it's possible that I could meet someone my own age that, I can develop some kind of relationship with, as more of a platonic relationship rather than an actual sexual and romantic relationship. But it's possible it could happen in the future, but I'm not holding out any hope.
Okay. You told me that you don't want this, right? You haven't. You
Yeah.
haven't. Obviously, you haven't chosen this. It's something that comes from your head. So obviously, yeah, you cannot choose it. But you also said that you don't want it. Why do you say that? Why do you say you don't want it? I mean, this is you. This is yourself, right? Don't you feel comfortable with yourself, with these thoughts you have?
I feel reasonably comfortable with them now because I've come to accept that they are a part of my identity, who I am. But I've been living with them for long enough now that I know I'm not going to act on them. I know I'm not going to do anything to hurt a kid. I know I can live with them safely and reasonably normally and happily. But it's still pretty unfortunate, and it's not a great thing to live with. And of course, you're quite uncomfortable. I imagine a lot of your viewers are pretty uncomfortable, and a lot of society still hates. I mean, attitudes are changing slowly, but most of society still hates us. A lot of people, want us dead. I literally get messages every day on my Tumblr and Twitter telling me to kill myself, or death threats, things like that.
Yeah,
And
one of those is mine. I should delete that. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
yeah, I literally get those every day. So it's not a nice thing to have to live with. But
so if you know that that's controversial, why are you exposing yourself?
because that's by us putting ourselves into the public view. There's a few of us that have, decided as anti-contact, unoffending MAPs to put ourselves into the public view and say, this is, who we are. We're attracted to children. We never chose it. We never wanted it. And we can't do anything to change it.
Mm-hmm.
But we can live with it. And there are lots of young people out there, because I should explain, most MAPs realise they're attracted to children before the age of 16. It's about 2/3 have realised by the time they're 16 that they're attracted to children. So, obviously, growing up, being a teenager is hard enough. When you've then got this extra, you're attracted to children, and you've got to grow up with that as well, and try to accept that. And society's constantly fighting you, telling you you're going to hurt a child, you're a monster, you're a child molester. It's just a matter of time. You're a ticking time bomb. Go kill yourself.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I do not like. Can I say people like you? Is it
Yeah.
okay to say that? Sorry about that. But do you understand why they say that? Do you understand why they hate? Why you received all this hate?
Yeah, absolutely. I do completely understand why it makes people uncomfortable and why we do get the hate, but that's what putting ourselves out there so we can try and fight that stigma a little bit and show people that we're not all destined to be child molesters. We're not all destined to hurt children. We can live reasonably normal lives, so we can help those people that are discovering this about themselves when they're young or when they're adults, and we can help them and show them that there is a path they can go down where they don't have to hurt children. Because when you go online to look for paedophiles, all you'll see is the ones that have molested children or being arrested for having child pornography, and you think it becomes true. You think that you are destined to become one of those people. We want to show them that there's another way.
Do you think that the thought that you are all destined to become like that has some truth?
I don't think there is any truth in it, but I certainly did believe so when I was younger, and when I went online looking for other people like me, looking for a bit of support, people to talk to about it. The only ones I could find were pro-contact groups, what we call pro-contacts, and they're the people that say sex with children is okay. It's actually a good thing. It can be beneficial for them, and obviously I hate them as much as you do, at least, and I actively fight against them to try and either show them that they're wrong or make sure they can't spread that harmful ideology on the internet and show it to impressionable young people, and that's why we want to show them the other path.
Wow. Oh, okay. Sorry. Look, I feel very embarrassed because I'm a father of a 3-year-old kid. So I get what you say, but I don't understand it. That's the point. So it's very hard for me. Do you think? Because you said at one point that you are trying to fight the taboo, the stigma of MAP people. Do you think you will ever be accepted?
Acceptance is a strong word. It will ever be accepted. A little bit of understanding can go a long way, and just understanding that actually these people are born like this, and they're regular, normal people in every other way. They just happen to be attracted to children, and we can support them, make sure they can go and get help when they need to, make sure they can speak to a professional, get therapy, or go online and talk to other people like them. And we can actually, by doing that, help keep more children safe by making sure they don't, helping them stay mentally well and healthy, and making sure they don't get in with the pro-contact crowd. And yeah.
Are you saying that this is a mental issue? Because you said that you want to remove the stigma. You'd like to remove to be understood so that people can get help.
Yeah. Being a MAP itself is not a mental illness. There's something called paedophilic disorder, which is frequently associated with it, which is classified as a mental illness, and that's when the attraction to children causes someone significant distress. So obviously self-hate, stuff like that.
In your case, you told me that you cannot, or you don't have relationships with older people, right?
Yeah.
So this is a sort of a social disability.
But there are also many people who would choose not to have relationships for whatever reason. They might not want relationships. And the same thing with asexual people. In a similar way, they're called asexuality a mental illness? Effectively, my opinion and the opinion of many others, and nearly all the experts and researchers that research minor attraction, say it is best described as a sexual orientation or a sexual age orientation.
Do you have okay, no, I'm not going to ask you if you have brothers and sisters, but I want to ask you whether there are kids in your family.
Yeah, there are.
What do you think? And when you meet them, what do you feel?
I don't feel anything particularly different to anyone else, I imagine. I don't feel attraction to them or anything like that. I mean, mostly all of my siblings are outside of the age I'm attracted to anyway. The ones that are in there, I don't feel any attraction to. I mean, probably partly down to because they are my family.
Family, yeah. That probably was a stupid question, but
which is a bit of a factor in there. Obviously, some people can be attracted to family, but yeah.
What do you think about pedophiles? I mean, acting pedophile. Can I call you a non-acting pedophile?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Fine with that. Yeah.
So what do you think about no, sorry. What do you think about active pedophiles?
Anyone that um, anyone that does anything to harm a child, anyone that acts on their desires, acts on their attraction, chooses to engage in any sexual, romantic, or otherwise inappropriate activities with a child needs to be punished to the full extent of the law.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to argue with anyone on that. I agree with everyone else on that. People that do that need to be punished.
Dean, do you know Onision?
I know of him a little bit, yeah.
Do you know his website?
Not well, but I have seen it in the past.
What do you think about his website? Do you think is, I'm going straight to the question here. Pictures of minors are where they show their body are out there, visible to anyone. Do you think? What do you think about a website like this?
Having seen all this stuff, it does seem like it seems a bit dodgy, to say the least. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like a safe environment for minors. I think anywhere where kids are sharing photos of themselves online in what seems to be a very unmoderated environment is not a safe place.
Mm-hmm. I showed my viewers that actually their pictures are available even on Google. So it's not only on Google search. So it's not only on it's kind of like a very, very open forum. There is no any sort of protection for minors. Moderators are not, allegedly are not allowed to remove pictures. As a MAP, you don't agree with this kind of websites, right?
I don't think it's a safe space where kids are sharing photos of themselves in. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any level of moderation. Mm-hmm. Where kids are sharing photos of themselves. I mean, they're not particularly revealing photos, but
what do you think an active pedophile would react to a website like this?
So I suppose think is basically a perfect opportunity for grooming. I mean, these kids are sharing photos of themselves to get positivity mm-hmm. about it, to be told they look okay, and people are going to take advantage of that.
Great. Do you know any active pedophile that went on websites similar to this one and actually looked for kids?
So we know that these kinds of people do exist, that are going onto these kinds of forums where kids are sharing images of themselves, or there's lots of kids around, and they're not heavily moderated, and there are people that go onto these sites and do groom children and do try to take advantage of them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I can't say for certain that anyone's been on this particular website to do mm-hmm. it, but we know that people do go on websites and forums like it to groom children.
Mm-hmm. My thought was like, yeah, even if you are attracted to children but you're not active, you might go there and masturbate with their picture. Is that a fair assessment?
There are some people that might. I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't personally, because I just don't think that's appropriate. But there are some people that might do that. I don't think that's. I mean, it's not inherently illegal or particularly wrong. I would never do it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a website like this should be just... that's not the first time that this website has been under fire, actually. Do you think that should be just shut down, or... Since the owner is not doing anything about it.
Yeah, that seems to be the issue. From what I can see, I don't think. Yeah, certainly the bits where kids are sharing pictures of themselves shouldn't exist, and they shouldn't need to exist. To be honest, kids shouldn't need to feel like they have to share pictures of themselves to get approval from strangers on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't need to feel. They shouldn't feel like they need to do that, and certainly places where they are doing that, that's all non-existent.
What do you think about actually Onision, like the rating people, rating girls of kind of any age between 15 and I don't know, 56? Do you think it's appropriate?
No.
Okay, so I have here a pedophile saying that that's not appropriate. Oh man. Look, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
I think we're done. What do you think? Do you want to say anything else?
No, I think I'm okay with that.
Okay, so Dean, thank you so much for talking to me. I kind of don't like you, but you've been kind to me. So I'm smiling, I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
You haven't told me to kill myself once, so that's good in my books.
Okay. No, thank you so much for talking to me. Seriously, you've been very kind, and maybe I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll ask you to come back.
Yep, I'd be happy to do that.
Okay, thank you so much, and good evening, good night,
Okay.
have a good day.
Yeah, good night.